Hey, I'm Dart.
I'm Lisa.
Hey, how's it going today? We're this is day number 5 on asset protection planning.
Yes, and just a small reminder, we define asset protection as protecting your assets from anything or anyone who can take them, with the caveat of
We're not. It's
doing
not.
anything
That's
fraudulent.
right. It's not about hiding your assets. It's or committing fraud to conceal from assets from creditors. It's just about putting the barriers up to stop frivolous lawsuits and just protecting if something goes awry.
Right.
So,
So we've been talking about the 5 pillars this week, which
mhm,
was lawsuits, IRS, stock market, insurance. And today we're going to talk about estate planning.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Dart. How about a quick little estate
Yeah,
planning?
yeah. So one of the things about estate planning is I always think of this as that things that are really important are seldom urgent, and
Ooh,
things that are urgent are seldom important. Like that phone call, that Facebook, those things are so urgent, but they're not really important. But estate planning is very important. It doesn't feel that way because it's not smacking you in the face till it does smack you in the face.
okay, Dart. What I'm hearing you say is just don't wait.
Absolutely.
Don't wait to do your asset planning,
Yes.
estate planning.
Estate planning is the easiest thing to procrastinate.
Yes, yes. Um, so, Dart, I think the other thing to talk about, other than not waiting, is keeping an open mind.
Yes.
Because a lot of times this starts to go into an area that people are not aware of, and that some things may be brought up they haven't heard of before,
Mm-hmm.
and just because you haven't heard of it before, I would say, doesn't mean that it's wrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Because it's keeping an open mind. So, and maybe it was just like estate planning is just as simple as having all your legal documents in order, and it could be expanded to doing LLCs and family limited partnerships and protection assets that way. But it definitely is that power of attorneys, your living will, your who do how do you want your medical things to happen, things like that. So
Yeah, that's important.
yeah, and so but keeping an open mind is that in order to protect things, you may have to give up change the title so that you're giving up some ownership, but you can retain uh, control. And sometimes you may need to hand the control over to someone else, but they can
Yeah.
still use it for your needs.
Well, Dart, I think too, sometimes retitling an asset isn't just about taking out of my name and putting into a beneficiary's name. It could be more so about retitling into an LLC,
And
like the way you're
yeah,
restructuring.
absolutely. And one of the I can tell you that some pitfalls of sticking it into your children's name.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh, the biggest thing, it comes back to capital gains tax, because whenever you retitle your home thinking that you're protecting it from the government coming and getting it because of Medicaid and that kind of thing. And so please, this is not about that at all, and it's wrong to even think about that. So if you go ahead and title it to your child's name, the first thing you did is you passed on the tax basis.
Mm-hmm.
So if you gave $50,000 for your home and then now it's worth $800,000, when you pass away, your child will get that step up in basis. Then they could sell it for $800,000 and walk away with $800,000. But if you retitle it into their name, and attorneys will do this, you just passed on that $50,000 basis. Now they're going to have to pay capital gains on anything above $50,000.
Yes.
So you can do this legally in two structures that and they will get the step up in basis, and you are doing asset protection as well. So that's one of the simplest
Thank you
things.
for bringing that up.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up step up basis, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, now we're at a short time. So
Now, yeah,
perfect. Good job.
Number two is that while we're saying this, is that when you put your children on your bank accounts, whenever you put your children, your home account or your home and that type of thing, you're opening yourself up to your children's problems running into your money or running into your assets. So it's just better to do it in a properly done legal structure, that the results can be the same as what you want, but it just removes the risk of other things that can happen. So
Yes, and which I think you bring up a good point is having the support of your family, because
Yes.
sometimes when you start restructuring things, some family members might just,
Oh,
they're gonna.
They think the worst. It's human nature. It's
Yeah.
just we're just humans, and if we think that it's getting away from us or something like that, but
Mhm.
really, is that a good advisor, a good attorney will get the family involved. It's and
If you want them to
if
be.
you if yeah, and but you know what? It really comes down to first and foremost, if you want to protect yourself from creditors, you need to do that with or without your family support.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
Let's face it, like we'd all, we hope that you all have great, loving families, and they
That's
would all
right.
be supportive. But
Right.
that's entirely up to you. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So
um, Dart, I feel like we went deep enough. We're already
Absolutely.
into this, and I just to wrap up this week, just the core of asset protection planning. I
Right.
mean, it can be simple, it can be complicated,
it could be expensive. It could be inexpensive.
yes, but really and truly, I think for this week to think about like the assets that really need to be protected
Right.
are just
Yeah. Protect from lawsuits. Recognize that okay. What do you?
yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. To protect from lawsuits, and what should that? What should they be? Well, we'll scroll down.
Yes.
Okay. So, like your family home and second homes, rental property, if you have land, so your IRAs, stock and mutual funds,
Yes.
life insurance, bank accounts and CDs, all these things. Then you have physical assets, like planes, boats, automobiles, wave runners, motorcycles. Those are just an accident looking to happen. And especially if you have entities like S Corps or C Corps and collectible items and future inheritances of family, this just an exhausted list that just need to be identified, where they are located, where they need to go, what needs to be done. So,
yes.
So if we were to sum it all up,
yeah, I think it's just a comprehensive asset plan will protect your valuable assets from known and unknown creditors, including the IRS, lawsuits, stock market, insurance, and estate planning. So thank you for just joining us this week, and we hope that we have been able to be of some help.
Just give you a little bit of education and some things to think about.
Yes, and I think we should just say have a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Yes. And we'll see you next week, right, Dart? We're going to,
Yep.
next week we'll delve in, we'll just choose